Mark,
If
what do you want to
It's
say?
only fair, and I would only be a stand-up guy to repeat here what I said on our Ohio State live stream earlier today.
Oh, great.
So, Michigan fans, buckle up. You may not like this.
Uh-oh.
So, whatever you're going to put value into what I have to say. But based on the state of the two programs currently,
Oh, God.
and things can change. Certainly, different coaches can take over. They can upgrade the program. The program can decline. But, based on what I'm currently seeing, regardless of what we saw 2 to 3 months ago, number one, I don't expect Ohio State or anybody else to keep up a pace of winning against a school that's that good. Is Ohio State going to win the next 14 out of 15 against Rutgers? Well, they damn better do that, if not win them all. So we're talking about Michigan. So we're talking about a program that's been top 10 to 15 under Harbaugh versus a program that's been top 3 to 4. And but the gap in the wins over the last 15, 16, going on 20 years shouldn't be as wide as they are. The spread in the series. So I don't expect that to continue. But based on where I think Ohio State still stands and where Michigan is, I do expect Ohio State to win 70, 75% of these games going forward until something changes.
Well, actually, Mark, I'm proud of you. I think that actually is that's with that is I think it's some you sound very humble with saying that. You sound informed, and why should we be surprised? You're Mark Rogers. This is what you do. Uh,
the voice of college football.
the voice of college football. I actually don't have a problem with that. I think Ohio State is in front of Michigan. I think Michigan is trying to catch Ohio State, right? And that doesn't happen, in a blink of an eye. That has to be a trip. His thing is not like Michigan is just going to keep picking up momentum and Ohio State's going to lose all of theirs. No, Ohio State's all of a sudden is not going to just stop recruiting well. They're not, like they are the last 15, 20 years the king of this conference. They just are. And you will be a uninformed or a slappy to say otherwise. But and that's why I think this next year is really key for Michigan. It will do wonders for their credibility in this rivalry to go to C-Bus and beat Ohio State back-to-back years. I mean, what's the last time Michigan can say that? I can't, off memory, I can't recall. It will
2000.
be 2000. That's the last time they won back-to-back. I mean, that's over 20 years ago. So I think winning this year, if Michigan really has any plans to become 1A, 1B again in the conference like it used to be back in the good old days, right? I think winning a C-Bus this year is imperative. It's imperative.
Oh, yeah. I'm reassessing the statement I just made. If Michigan beats Ohio State in Columbus, wins a second straight year, unless Michigan shows up and they're 6-5 and they pull off some major upset and Ohio State's 11-0, and it's still like, well, Ohio State was better the entire season. That's most likely not going to happen. For Michigan to beat Ohio State this year, they're probably going to be showing us that, hey, we're as good or if not better than Ohio State again this year.
And I think a big part of that would be from all signs, this Michigan team is going to look different than last year's team. So I think that would be really big, the fact that not only they beat them 2 years in a row, but it looked different both years. Like the one year you have the defense that's, dominant, playing really well, and then the next year, assuming it's going to be, you have an offense that it's an offensive driven team. I think that would be a really big factor in it as well. And yeah, so we'll that would be big. And I think too, it's overall this is it's almost a marathon and a sprint, because it's the long game, because you have to do it multiple years in order to really push yourself and get into that elite, the upper echelon category. But it's also a marathon too, because right now Ohio State is ahead of Michigan, and Michigan's trying to sprint to catch up, but then you got to get on the marathon and keep it going long term. But